Hey yo, your boy's back with another video. We got what if Deku had a gender bender quirk, a gender bend quirk part two. So we pretty much left off with him saving Uraraka, and now we're gonna pretty much skip, or well, we can go over it real quick. But before we get into that, make sure y'all guys like the videos. I know I be seeing my views go up, but I don't see no one liking it. Like it if you like it. You can always dislike it later. Sub, hit the bell. Let's keep the sub count going. Let's keep the hustle going. Let's go. After one day of listening to Baby. And so with all that being said, hit me up on my IG. I'm also planning to do some stuff on Twitch pretty soon. So come tune in somewhere around Friday or Tuesday, but I will go live on YouTube, so y'all can also check that out. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the video. We left off with Deku, saving Uraraka, him transforming back into his female form. Cool. Now let's get into where what basically got into UA. Cool. We already knew that. Now we're gonna get into after they do the little stuff and all that good jazz. We can get into the fight real quick, but I don't really see it being much of a fight. I don't really hate my boy Bakugo, I promise. It'll make sense if you've seen the other two videos. Now, when I say what I mean is like Deku, he's in his regular state, or not regular. He's in his powered up state. So Bakugo's trying to come at him, but Deku just shoots many like different blows of energy, propelling this dude backwards. And anytime Bakugo tried to move or try to do something, it doesn't work. Nothing goes his way. It's all L's from this point on. So yeah, they pretty much go by that pretty smoothly. So our main point of the part two will be taking place during the USJ. So that's kind of where we'll be tuning in. So Deku's in his hero outfit, which it doesn't, I mean, I don't really know what it would be like, but he's in a hero outfit, all right? And so everyone, everything happened per usual. The second the villains are about to come, Deku grabs Ida and says, "Go, my child, fly." He kicks, I'm gonna say he kicks, let's see here. He kicks Uraraka and he drop kicks both Kirishima and Bakugo. And he said, no. He tells Bakugo and Kirishima to charge forward and get ready. He tells Kirishima, pause, to get as hard as you can and charge forward. Bakugo, go use your explosions now. He tells Denki, shoot out as much electricity as you can and keep that going for as long as you can. He tells Momo to get rope and rope everyone up besides him and Izawa, and obviously Bakugo and Kirishima. So everyone does as he says, while Ida goes and he says, go get every teacher here. And so he grabs a Razorhead. It's all happening pretty fast. He grabs a Razorhead and says, get ready to use your quirk. He pulls out on his back pocket. He says, here, oh, wait. Also, Momo makes some goggles real quick. He says, here, you're going to need those. And so all of this happens within a few seconds. Bakugo is like, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm going to say he just goes along with it because when Deku's in his man form, or when he's in his, I'll just say powered up form, he has more authority, so it makes people want to comply with him a lot easier. So if, how Bakugo is, which Bakugo, once again, isn't as big body, because this dude has a whole quirk that changes him from it's really weird. Even in his power down state, because he can store up a lot of energy the longer he's in his power down state. So even with his stored energy or whatever, he was still able to outclass Bakugo by a good margin. So anyways, that happens. The villains appear, but Bakugo and Kirishima's already on these dudes' bumper. Deku cocks back his hand and then forms an energy-S life blade and slashes at Kurogiri, sending him backwards for a little bit. But all this happened, but all the villains were able to still come through. He told Todoroki to go ahead and freeze these boys. And then so everyone pretty much started doing an all-out duke. Eraserhead already started fighting what's the dude's name? I don't remember. The dude with the hands, I always forget these names. So they're fighting for a good little bit. And Deku tells them, be careful, watch out for his hands. They will disintegrate you. And so everyone's throwing hands. The other people that aren't, within the proximity, they have rope to keep them together. And then he screams back to them telling, the dude has a warp quirk, be careful. Now you might be saying, how does he know all of this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say that he's able to, I'm going to say y'all tell me what y'all think, because we got a couple of ways we can do this, right? Since technically when he switches from girl to boy, right, he's a whole different individual almost. They retain similar memories, but they're pretty practically almost like different individuals. So with that being said, this would be room for me to have two different quirks almost when they baseline have the same similar abilities, right? Deku's powered up form, he's able to output and utilize ki and energy and stuff, right? And then since they're tethered, when he's powered down, the other form is able to build up and gather energy, okay? And so that's one thing. Then we could say that when he's in this powered up state, we could either say he has a precognition like quirk, or we could say that he's so in tune with energy, he can feel the change of the dynamics. I'm feeling y'all wouldn't want to go with the precognition route, so we will. And then we'll talk about his female variation, which her second quirk could be. All right? Because it might be telekinesis. I might save that. I'm going to probably save that for another part, though. I don't know yet. So, with all that happening or whatever, they're throwing hands, and then the Nomu pulls up, and Deku screams to everyone, get back now! So, Deku releases all of his pent up energy, powers up, almost on Dragon Ball Z S flow, goes to where Shigaraki, is that his name? The dude with the hands. He pulls up on that dude, bops this dude in the head worse than Kodak, and then start unleashing flurries of combos, blows, moves, and all sorts of moves, right? Getting him out of the way. And then since everyone's back, he admits it like a good amount of pressure, knocking out most of the weaker and fodder fighters. And the Nomu's just sitting in there like, and Deku's like, nah, we not playing none of these games. So Deku powers up his energy, and he's like, boom, and it immediately goes after the Nomu. Throws a punch, not good enough. Throws a kick, not good enough. So he says, all right, bet. New technique. This is all you're hearing from your boy. New technique. 7 wolf crazy blades. And so when that second that happens, he projects energy to all his knees, his ankles, basically almost anywhere a blade could be, and he does this 7 times, so it's like a full spin. So he's like 1, 2, 3, 3. But if it was animated, you'd kind of see it like Wolfang, like a Wolfang fist type like move. And he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, blood going everywhere. He said, all right, that's not enough, bet. Cocks his arm back, gets in position. He positions most of his body behind the Nomu while his fist is heading towards the face of the Nomu. He says, sniper rifle, poof, pow. And then immediately gets more energy and just starts kicking. And he's like kicking this Nomu pretty up high while Todoroki's over there being all icy and stuff. Kick it. And when the Nomu's up really high, he's like, I'm gonna blast you into smithereens. Goodbye. New technique. Big Bang explosion. Poof. A massive wave of energy is shot out everywhere. Just poof. And where the energy goes is pretty much hitting any leftover people. And then Deku falls back down, and like he starts, it's not like he's weaker, air quote, he's just not as physically strong, air quote. So he starts progressing back down to his female form. And I'm gonna say she has grip too, so she's not just all shy and timid like I said in part 1. So he's wiping off his chin, and he's like, hey, everyone, voice crack. Hey, everyone, listen up. Wait, we're waiting for the basically waiting for the heroes to get here. So if any of y'all are still fighting, just hold out a little bit longer. Deku immediately switch over to his female gear because he's able to change his clothes. He's like, all right, I can move now. And he's looking around to see if anyone else is there, but then he looks and see the Nomu. One piece of the Nomu remained. And he's like, oh, all right. No big Nomu regenerated and said, and immediately, boop, 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 and just start welling on Deku. She's like, oh God, throwing up all these blows, bro. I promise you, bro. And she's like, no, getting Millie rocked. And Todoroki over there, and he sees this, and he skates over there with the swiftness, and immediately just starts trying to burn the living godsend out of this Nomu. All right. So he is literally trying to burn this Nomu. He's in a rage. He doesn't know why. Bakugo pulls up with the swiftness and immediately starts throwing out a whole slew of explosions. She gets up. God damn it, guys. I didn't ask for your help, but thank you. She takes up a stance and she's like, let me try something. Hold off the Nomu for at least a minute. And she's like, I don't have as much time as I would like, but I'll just have to make do. He always puts me in these goddamn situations. She closes her eyes. And since she's in her female form, she gathers. She realizes she can absorb nature energy. And she just starts breathing. Keeps breathing, keeps breathing, keeps breathing. And then she realizes she's near water. She's like, no, that's not good enough. I need something. That's it. She stops, and now she's glowing at this point. She looks at Todoroki and Bakugo and said, hey, Kirishima. And he's like, yo, what? Hey, hold off the Nomu. I got a plan, but I'm gonna need their help. And she's like, not she, but Kirishima's like, all right, bet, I'll do my best. So he's basically getting melee rocked, and everyone else eventually comes to support. While Eraserhead's trying to fight, but Deku tell him to stay back. If we lose a pro hero like this won't be good. We're just infants, but you can actually do some solid good. Is kind of what he's saying. Now, I'm gonna just say he just fights or captures. Just focus on getting the remaining people that are still here. I'm gonna say there was some reason. I don't know. Plot convenience, darn it. And so that happens. Kirishima and the rest of the gang is trying to fight off the Nomu, which is really not working, but they're doing their best. They're all pretty much getting smacked up. So Bakugo and Todoroki's like, yeah, what? They're really kind of confused on what's going on. Bakugo's like, so icy hot. What you getting so mad for? And he's like, I could ask you the same thing. Bakugo, what did you say? Shut up! Is what she says, or what Deku says. Shut up, that's not the time for your goddamn bickering, you goddamn man. Anyways, she's like, listen, Todoroki, you can use heat, right? And he's like, yes, but I'm not. Shut up. Okay, you can use heat. So what I want you to do is, basically she wants him to heat up Bakugo, right? So Todoroki gets his flames and starts putting it all around Bakugo and just not burning him, but heating it up. So just basically producing a good amount of heat around Bakugo, right? So Bakugo, this will sound a little weird when I say it, but Bakugo is just getting really, 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 really sweaty. And he's like, all right, what now? And we got to remember, Bakugo has, I'm going to say they all have their hero gear and stuff on, right? He's like, all right, so your outfit catches on that sweat. Let me get it. And so she gets both of his gauntlets, Deku does, puts it all over herself. He's like, all right, this is, and everyone's like, Bakugo's like, what? Shut up. I got an idea. It's going to make sense in a moment. Got to use what I got. And then he looks at Todoroki. She makes a little, lead to where she's at. Could you set that on fire for me? She got a good little distance away from them. And then now what happens is she basically begins to start back to breathing, but also projecting her energy all around her body and just really hitting that hoe, right? And then Todoroki's like, all right. He shoots out a tiny bit of flames. And then Deku gets set on fire. And she's like, perfect. I gotta burn this dude alive. She takes a stance and says, here we go. And then the flame that was originally burning her now is healing her, and it changes into we could say it changes into like a pink, like-ish, reddish, like type flames. And then immediately, in like a moment notice, the flames erupt, sending a heat wave out to everyone. Everyone else is pretty much MAA. They're pretty much screwed. And then Deku comes through. Round two, big guy. Nomu's like, phew. When Deku throws up a solid kick, a high kick to the one of the Nomu's arm, it is immediately eviscerated, burnt, right? Deku doesn't hit directly, but goes for the another arm while also hitting the side, and that part is eviscerated. Goodbye. Then he's going for the legs, both of the legs, burnt. Now the Nomu's screaming, and he's like, this torso. Not really the torso, but it's like, all right, this is where we get gruesome. So, focusing all the energy into her hands, she just starts welling on like the part of the Nomu that keeps trying to regenerate. Just welling. He's like, this isn't enough. Gets up, makes a flame-like S-like spear. It says, cocks her arm back. So she throws a spear and she's also punching with it. And then, poof, a devastating explosion happens. And that's where we're going to leave it off at. Hope y'all liked it. Hope y'all enjoy. Catch y'all later.